Hello, psychology. Sorry, I am out again today. However, I can still give you a lecture because there's technology. So today we are going to be covering adulthood and late adulthood. And then you are going to have study guide work time. And then tomorrow you will still have your wonderful test. It is a smaller test. It is 10 matching questions, and then I think 15 multiple choice, and then a short answer in that traditional AP psychology, not an essay, but a writing prompt, a free response question where you will be reading a story and then writing the term definitions and relating the term to the story. So that will be on Friday's test. There's also a study guide on the Google Classroom if you need to go there. So back to our PowerPoint presentation. So as you can tell, as we covered Erik Erikson, covered Kohlberg, and covered Piaget, there has been a lot of research on children and infants. However, there has not been that much research in the field of psychology on people over the age of 50. It's been largely ignored. And now this is an area that is kind of having a big focus now as we really realize that we have a giant generation moving into retirement age, going beyond, well beyond that 60-year late adulthood mark, and going into retirement, and that is that baby boomer generation. So psychology is paying attention to them more than they have in the past, simply because of demographics, and people kind of discovering, oh yeah, we haven't done that yet. We should probably do that. So going back a few steps, the transition from adolescence to young adulthood is full of decisions about education, careers, and finding that life partner or deciding you don't want a life partner. In terms of Freud, because yes, he always comes up in this course all the time. He just kind of said at this point in life, there's two basic needs: work and love. That's it. That's how he summed it up. Abraham Maslow then kind of said that the needs were love and belongingness, that it doesn't necessarily need to be love, or sorry, it doesn't need to be work, but we need to have some sort of social belonging. So other psychologists propose social acceptance, achievement, and power. Yes, power. Somebody proposed power as the basic need of adult development. Erikson, he um, he kind of went in and just kind of talked about the process of making commitment beyond oneself to family, to society, or to your future generations, as the biggest thing that hits people in middle adulthood, aka your midlife crisis. So with this, he focused on that, talked about that, and you see that highlighted in his stages of development, and even with one of the group projects for coloring with that one, focused on that midlife crisis that some people go through. But for him, that is the biggest challenge kind of for that middle adulthood. Not everybody goes and has a midlife crisis. It is a lower percent, but some do. So the last stage of Erikson's model deals with people over the age of 60. The big challenge in this stage is kind of people going and saying, yes, I have lived a good life, I am happy with what has happened, or people that feel despair, which is not that positiveness that you want to have. So with it, people have to also deal with death, because one, family members or loved ones are going to be passing on, or people just have to kind of come to terms with their own mortality. And there's a psychologist, Kubler-Ross, who kind of, summarized the 5 stages of death that people go through. The first is denial, then anger, then bargaining. Can you get out of it? Then depression, and then final acceptance. You do not necessarily have to go through it in this order. There are some people that will start off right away with bargaining. Man, they will make a deal to get out of this. But yeah, basically what Kubler-Ross saw is that the vast majority of people go through these stages when processing death. And so, if you take on examples for denial, refusing to believe that the individual or yourself is sick, for anger, yeah, it displays anger that the individual or yourself are starting to become sick or feeling sick. Bargaining, of course, is making that deal in return for a cure. They will fulfill a promise. They will do whatever. They will become the Pope. Depression, it comes in and can affect people's sleep, their eating habits, and finally it comes into acceptance, the realization that death is inevitable. So you are now going to be watching some other clips that I have inside of here. And that is it for me. So you're going to watch those 2 other clips with the substitute and then have study guide work time the rest of the hour. Thank you very much.